Hi guys, welcome back to RT Share Tea, where respiratory therapists live out loud. With me, your host, Linda Fry, the Asthma Lady. Yes, welcome everybody. Welcome to anybody new. In today's topic, we are talking about fourth quarter wins. What does that mean? How to use the fourth quarter to supercharge the year ahead. Okay, so we want to make sure that we always use the current time that we're in to set ourselves up for success for tomorrow. All right, so before we begin the episode, I just wanted to say thank you so much to my guest co-host, Dr. Damian Fisher. That was a really good episode and it's getting great feedback. I've personally loved hearing his perspectives on being a patient advocate in regards to asthma, asthma self-management, asthma education, asthma awareness, and working in the community as a pharmacist and as an asthma educator specialist. So he was like giving the tea on how patients in the jail, because he used to work in the prison system, the jail system, how they used to use albuterol to get high. Wow, I never knew that. I thought that was very interesting. And he was also talking about helping patients find prescription coverage for different medications. So really good topic. So I'm going to, put the link for that episode below. Okay, so let's go back to today's topic, right? So we are talking about fourth quarter wins. We are right now in the fourth quarter. We're in October, and the year has gone extremely fast. So we basically want to make sure that we are making the most of the final quarter of the year to set yourself up for success in the coming year. Okay, so what we often tend to do is we wait for the ball to drop and then we make the goals. It's like, okay, this year I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. For me, what has worked is preparing in advance. So using the fourth quarter to be a time to create my strategy plan for the upcoming year. All right, so how do I do this? First, I reflect. I reflect on what I was able to do and where I missed the mark for the year so far. So like we said, we usually have an idea of what the year is going to look like in the beginning of the year. So me too. I tell myself, I've set my goals and I will tell myself, okay, these are this is the plan. Pretty much. And by the time I get to October, this is just a good time to be like, okay, well, we did really good here, but we didn't do too good over here, and try to figure out, well, what happened? You know what I'm saying? So, life be lifing. So we have to give ourselves that grace to just be like, okay, we didn't make it, but what can we do now to maybe get us a win? Okay, so yes, we have the four. And then after we do the reflecting, we can set like a short-term goal. So a win is a win. So it could be a small win. It could be something that you do real quick. So for me, I'll do stuff like I take courses. So an example for me was I wanted to communicate better. So, just be a better writer, communicate, speaking, and just be clearer when it comes to the messages that I want to get out. As a content creator. And so the goal was I wanted to, throughout the year, just get better. But I always go into old habits of making my, let's say social media posts extra long. And I was like, okay, let me take a course. So a short-term win for me was actually taking the course and then applying the information that I learned from the course. So I took some communication courses on LinkedIn, and it actually has helped me. So that's what I consider a short-term win. Just setting a goal for yourself and actually achieving the goal. Okay, so and I already said the next step, which is planning the goals and the strategy. So for me, like I said, once I took the course, I started to apply it. So I wanted the strategy of going to the course and then applying it to my like social media posts. And I've been getting better. So it's just, I'm using less words and using clearer, just clearer communication styles when I'm putting out different content. So it has been working. So just doing stuff like that. And that does help with the win. And setting up for, or I should say, preparing to overcome challenges with whatever your goals are for the upcoming year, and preparing for them in the fourth quarter. Okay. And so, this helps me a lot. So what that means is, for me, I have a tendency to help everyone. I live to serve. I tell people this often. So I sometimes have a hard time saying no to things, and my plate gets over full. And sometimes it's just too much. So overcoming strategy, a strategy that I use to defeat that is say no, set the boundaries. So I start setting the tone, especially in the fourth quarter, because I'm like, okay, well, the year's about to end and I still want to fulfill some of these goals. Okay, now is the time to shut it down. I'm going to have to shut something down. And that means saying no more often. Okay, so that helps out with that. And taking action. Okay, so actually putting the work behind, what the strategies, like, so what you're saying, and making that work for you. So, and these can be small steps, right? So small steps don't have to be anything big. You just want to make sure that you're staying consistent and you're being committed. So the fourth quarter is like 3 months, you know what I'm saying? So you can give yourself the 3 months to be like, okay, I want to complete this project. So I'm going to give you an example of a fourth quarter win for me that helped set me up for the year. All right. So the book, Asthma Control, Please, right? 9 Steps to Community Engagement and Asthma Awareness. So this was a fourth quarter win for me. All right. So this book, and I tell people all the time, I've had the content in my book in my phone since 2018. So I just kept, and it wasn't helping anybody. It wasn't doing anything. And I was like, okay, Linda, in 2022, the ball dropped, right? We rung in the new year, and I said, I'm going to release the book. Okay. So, and month by month, life kept lifing, and I just kept pushing back the date. I finally got to the fourth quarter. Once again, I reflected, I looked back, and I saw that my year was going pretty good, but this was the one thing that I missed, was dropping the book. Was the one thing that I missed, and it was supposed to be one of my big accomplishments for the year. So I was a little disappointed. And so what I told myself was, I said, okay, let's put this in motion. I was already in October at the time, so I started to put more stuff into the book, what I felt was missing, sent it to the editor, and then I had it in its ugly baby stage. No baby is ugly, but when we give birth to content, there is a ugly baby stage. So that means that it's not completely done, but it's it's still able to be put out. Okay, so because you want people to have the information, and it's something that's needed. So ugly baby stage. So it was in its ugly baby stage, and I still told myself to Linda, have the confidence to put this thing out, even though it was ugly. Okay, and so December came, and guess what? Amazon Kindle Publishing told me. I pressed the send button, and a few days later it said, congratulations, your book, Asthma Control Please, 9 Steps to Community Engagement and Asthma Awareness, is published on Amazon Kindle. It's live. And that was a fourth quarter win. And it set my whole 2023 to a new level. Okay, so I was able to promote the book, and it was doing good, and it got me other projects. It got me linked to other things. So that, my friends, is how you use the fourth quarter to set up the next year. Okay, guys, so I hope that helps somebody, like for real, because I've done that a few times. Feel free to share with me your year and your fourth quarter plans, strategies. You know, how do you plan to win? You know what I'm saying, within these next couple of months, or set up your 2024. All right, so yeah, let's talk about it. Chime in. All right, guys, so just want to say thank you so much for being here. Remember that we are here every Wednesday on most podcast platforms and on YouTube every Thursday. Stay tuned, so much more to come. And I just want to say that remember to invest in yourself and to only compete with yesterday's version of you. See you next week. Bye.